Not because things are going that well, but because I had myself a big slab of grilled shark for dinner. Something about eating shark just makes me feel like I'm at the top of the food chain. Other than shark, though, I'm a vegetarian. Not because I love animals, because I hate plants. Especially houseplants. What a bunch of wimps houseplants are. Oh, they couldn't make it in the wild, could they? No, it was too tough out there for the little babies. They have to come and sponge off me. What do they think, I'm made of water? I water my houseplants, so every day I give them a whole glass of water, set it right down next to them. I tell them, go ahead, drink up. Or would you rather just sit there and wilt? You know, sometimes I have a good mind to take them all out to the woods and set them free. Let them run. I love the woods. I don't hunt, though. I think hunting is wasteful in a deeply moral sense. Because I think we all realize that there's going to come a time on this planet when we need those animals for medical experiments. My father, what a man he was. Quite the hunter. He used to take me deer hunting every year. Well, not every year. Come to think of it, we never got a deer either. Well, one year we did. We hit it with a car. Doggone thing jumped right in front of the Buick. Boy, was my father proud. Should have heard him brag. See how I swerved at the right second, son? That's the secret, boy. You gotta lead him. I think it was a suicide myself. Opening day of hunting season, and some poor spike buck cracked under the pressure. Said to himself, I got nothing to lose, but I'm taking a couple of hunters out with me on the highway. Threw himself in front of the car. Hunting's an expensive way to get food, too. Especially if you count up the price of beer or Winnebago and Hustler magazines. Nevertheless, I have that predatory urge to pit myself against the primeval. I think that's pretty obvious just from looking at me. But I satisfy my Stone Age drive in other ways. What I like to do is cut down my own Christmas tree every year. Because, you know, plants are a lot easier to sneak up on. I got a 78 pointer this year. Surprised him in a clearing. He was just standing there, growing, throwing off oxygen like there was no tomorrow, dreaming his evergreen dream. Oh, he was a smart one. He thought he'd be safe there in front of the courthouse. I hacked him out of the ground and strapped him to my car. When I got home, though, he was still alive. Now, I know the sportsmanlike thing to do would have been to put him out of his misery, but it was Christmas. The season to be jolly. Thought I'd have a little fun first. Maybe even put on a little educational program for my houseplants. So I put him in water to make sure he didn't die too quickly. Set him up in a little stand in the living room where the entire family could enjoy his agony throughout the holidays. Then I drilled a few thumb screws into his little truck. Blinking lights night and day to make sure he didn't oversleep. And then I dressed him up like a geek. Dorky-looking balls all over his branches, strings of silver stuff hanging down. Oh, I gave him a sporting chance. I left the door open. I said, go ahead, make a break for it. You're gonna blend right in out in the bush with that junk hanging off you. And then the whole family piled presents at his feet, just for a tease. I told him they were his. And while the rest of us celebrated the birthday of the Prince of Peace and the season of goodwill to all mankind, he withered and died in my living room. Finally, I had to ditch him in my neighbor's yard. But you know, my houseplants have been awful nice lately. Thank you.
Hey, Whitney Brown.
This is one